In this video, we're going to continue over geometric progression. So the first three terms of a geometric progression are x plus 1, x minus 3, and x minus 1. Now, what you have to understand that this is under sequences and series. Therefore, whatever we have there, it is in the form of a sequence, which is in this form: x plus 1 comma x minus a 3 comma x minus a 1 comma, and then it continues like that. Now they have said we should find the value of x. So how can we find the value of x? Remember, we can use the common ratio method, understanding that t2 over t1, it is also equal to t3 over t2, like that. So you say t2 over t1, which is equals to t3 over t2, like that. And then since this it is at the first position, therefore it is t1, that is t2, and that is t3, like that. So what you do here, you say uh, t2 it is x minus 3 over, you're going to have your t1 will be x plus a 1 there, and then this will be equal to x minus a 1, which is a t3, and then x minus a 3 to be a t2, and then you cross multiply there. So you are going to have x minus a 3 in the brackets, and then x minus a 3 there. This will be equal to x minus a 1, it will multiply with x plus a 1 there. And then what you do here, in order for you not to get confused, you understand that x is going to multiply with everything there. Also negative 3 is going to multiply with everything there. So what you do, you just say x open bracket x minus 3, and then you're going to have negative 3 x minus a 3 there. And then this you can do the same, x plus a 1, also negative 1 x plus a 1 there. And then when you multiply these, you're going to have x squared negative 3x. Here you're going to have negative 3x multiplied by negative 3, that is positive 9 there, and that will be equal to x squared and then positive x. You're going to have negative x, and then you're going to have negative 1. Negative 1 multiplied by positive 1, just negative 1 there. And then what you do, you say you group the right terms, and then you see whatever you can add, you're going to add them. So as you can see, negative 3x minus 3x, it is what? So you are going to have x squared minus negative 6x plus a 9 there, which will be equal to, and then x squared x minus x, that is what? That is same as 0, and then you're going to have negative 1 there. And then from this point, you group your right terms, you're going to have x squared, which is negative x squared, negative 6x, and then you're going to have this, it will be equal to negative 1, and then you're going to have negative 9 there when 9 comes to the other side. So x squared minus x squared, it is what? That is same as 0, and then you're going to remain with negative 6x, which will be equal to negative 1 minus 9, that will be negative 10. So we're going to have negative 6 there down, also negative 6. When you divide, your x will be equal to negative into negative, it is positive, and then you look for the number that can enter into 10 and 6. What is that number? That number is 2. So you're going to have 5 over a 3 there. And then if you want, you can use your calculator to get the decimal. So in the decimal form, that is 5 divided by 3. So that is 1.666666, and then you can just round it off to, so you can just say, or your x will be equal to 1.67 there. So either you put this one or that one, is one and the same. So your value of x, it is 5 over 3. Now the second question, they are saying find the first term. So this is very easy. What you do here, you say, since you have already found the value of x to be equal to 5 over 3, what you do is you understand that x plus 1, it is in the first position, so that is the first term, but we need to see the value. So what you can do, you say x plus 1 comma x minus a 3 comma and then x minus a 1 there. So what you do is you substitute where there is a value of x with 5 over 3, and then you're going to have like that. So 5 over 3 plus 1, it is what? So you can just say this is same as 8 over 3 comma, and then you're going to have 3 multiplied by negative 3, that is negative 9. Then you say 5 minus 9, that is negative 4 over 3. Same here, you say 3 multiplied by negative 1, that is negative 3. 5 minus 3, that is a 2. So we're going to have a 2 over a 3. So maybe you're confused. What you can do, you can just say 5 over a 3 plus 1. You look for the common denominator, it is what? A 3. So 3 into 3, 5, plus 1 into 3, it is 3. This will be equal to 5 plus 3, that is 8 over 3. That is what we have there. And then for the other one, you just say 5 over a 3 minus a 3 over 1. You look for the common denominator, it is a 3. 3 into 3, 1. Then you have a 5 there, minus 1 into 3, it is 3. 3 multiplied by negative 3, it is negative 9. And then 5 minus 9, it is negative 4 over a 3. That is what we have there. Even this one, it is the same thing. You can just do it so that you confirm as well. And then they have said what is first term. So your first term, you can just say therefore your first term, which presented by a, will be equal to 8 over a 3. That is what they wanted there, which is very easy and straightforward. And then they have said that we should find the sum to infinity. So for finding the sum to infinity, remember the formula is a over 1 minus r, which is r, the common ratio. So what you do, you just first need to find the common ratio, which is equals to t2 over t1. Common ratio will be, now you get your t2 to be negative 4 over a 3. You divide this by our t1, which is 8 over a 3 there. So your common ratio, negative 4 over a 3, you divide this by 8 over a 3. So you have just write this, all of this, in a different form. So in a different form, it is in this type. Now what you do is, you understand that in order for you to come up with the multiplication, you have to interchange the one or the other side for the numerator to become the denominator and the denominator to become the numerator. So what you do when you reach at this point, you say 3 into 3, it is a 1, and then negative 4 into 4, negative 4, I mean 4 into negative 4, that is negative 1, and then 4 into 8, that is a 2. So we're going to have negative 1 over a 2. Now when you have that, which simply means that you have already found your common ratio. So you come to your formula. Your first term, it is 8 over a 3. you divide this by 1 minus open bracket, you're going to have negative 1 over a 2 because our common ratio there it is a negative. And then what you do when you reach at that point, you just do simple algebra and then you're going to get your answer. So you say S8 will be equal to 8 over a 3 over 1 plus 1 over a 2. So this will be equal to 8 over a 3 over or you can just say S8 S infinity will be equal to 8 over a 3 you divide by, now this is same as 3 over a 2 because 1 plus 1 over 2 it is 3 over 2. So your S8 will be equal to 8 over a 3, you divide this by 3 over 2 like that, and then your S8 will be equal to, when you cross multiply, when you multiply, I mean do not cross multiply, there's a no equal sign there, so you're going to have 2 over 3, so which simply means that your answer becomes 16 over a 9 like that, and that is your answer.